Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a quick little unboxing of a new drone. So this is the HOVERAIR X1 Pro. And this is the 8K. Into a little case with directions. So that gives you all your directions there. And this, it looks like I have a charge cord here. Type C. So this is a little sample piece that they give you, show you how flexible and bendable it is, and how it makes it somewhat a little bit tough. So they give you that to kind of bend and twist and turn. I'm sure there's a bunch of videos on people showing you that. I'm going to stick this back in here. It's kind of the reason why we purchased this is because it can run into stuff and not die. So I've got a little carrying bag in here as well, and then we got a graphics pack. Like you got multiple graphics in here. It's kind of cool. So those that know me know I'm very meticulous with my stuff. I keep all my boxes and take really good care of things that I purchase. Alright, so let's get to the beans and cornbread here. I believe this is the actual drone. So it comes with battery charger. Looks like a dual bay battery charger. Looks like a spot for remotes. And I believe plant there. So that's a little moisture guard thing. And then another little booklet. So it's overall it's a pretty cool little case. Get over here so you can see this. And then that's the actual drone. So to give you a perspective, that's how big it is. That's the size of my hand. So yeah, she's small. But opened up, there you go. So yeah, this is gonna be quite cool. So you may ask, why did we buy the HOVERAIR X1 ProMax 8K? It's lightweight and folds up. The ProMax offers a better camera than its competition, mostly due to its larger sensor. While image stabilization might not be as good, it does make up for it with superior resolution and color depth. Also less likely to be destroyed due to its engineering and materials. And in the event that you do have an accident, parts are cheap. Look at that, $23.99. All of this packed into a pocket-sized drone that practically flies itself. Let's go! So I am going to pull a battery and start charging them, and then we will hopefully get some flight time in. It's really cold, and I'm not sure how long it'll hold up to the freezing temperatures we have outside, so it's pretty late tonight, but I will get on it and stuff tomorrow, and we'll get to see this little bad boy up in the air. But first we got to charge. And keep in mind with this drone, you do get a dual battery charger. So one thing that they do fail to give you is the power supply. But luckily for me, I have a bunch of stuff like that, so I'll be able to charge it no problem. Keep tuned. We'll fly it soon. You may ask, how do we plan to use this drone? Well, here are some use case scenarios. With such a big RV, we're always finding it hard to park. So deploying this drone for an extra eyes in the sky is definitely going to be an advantage when parking such a big RV in very tight spots. But one of my main goals with this drone is to give you better content.
Many unbearable hours later.
And I can't wait to get some footage of us out on our motorcycles. Alright, so we're going to do a little flight test on the little drone here.
Cycling mode.
Oh, we don't want cycling
Ski mode. Dolly track. Bird's eye. Spiral. Orbit. Follow. Zoom out. Follow.
All flight modes can be set from the drone or on the phone app.
Close. Follow.
There we go. My little dog don't like this little drone. Use a little bit of editing magic here so the dog barking isn't so loud. Yeah, our little guy does not like the sound of this drone one bit. So here's the first attempt to see how this thing will follow us through the RV. Well, our first attempt here was a complete failure. So one thing that to be noted with this drone, as you can see here, I try to get it to find me again or start tracking me again, and it doesn't look like that it can do that. So once it hits something, it's dead stop. So you then have to restart the drone to get it to follow you again, which that is not ideal at all, as this drone does tend to hit things quite often. This is where being able to connect and control with your phone is a must, and that's one thing that I struggle with. Yeah, we know you got a collision. So I don't have it set on indoor follow, and that's because I plan to go outside with it.
Follow.
Alright, we are recording. Let's see if we can get past this ladder. There we go.
Hey. Knock it off. No.
I'm not sure if we're going to be able to come past this doorway. We'll have to see. Alright, well,
They lost you.
I've lost you.
Maybe there's too much going on with COVID and everything.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
I think it'll work.
Close. Follow.
Alright, we are recording. I'm always very surprised by the mic that's included on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. That thing just, I mean, it picks up audio so far away. Well, I'm going to drop the trash here in the truck, and then I walk through this wooded section and kind of get an idea how well this drone can track me with trees and stuff around as obstacles. So that is what we're trying to accomplish with this video. I do have to work on setting up the audio. You can record audio through the phone. My issue is just accepting those terms and agreements. So I'll touch back on that here later in the video. But so far, this thing's tracking pretty well. It's surprising. I mean, there's a lot of obstacles here. I do think that if I would have had it in follow mode when I was going through the RV, that I wouldn't have had the collision that I had prior. And when I say follow mode, I meant indoor follow. So I was a little bit worried about going outside with indoor follow mode on. I didn't know if that would bug it out. But yeah, so far I'm pretty tickled with this. Keep in mind, this is also before the software update, and that's where things start going array.
Look at that. Not even on indoor follow. Alright. Uh-oh. The other camera lost me. Should have took that one with me. That way you could get a better perspective. But, needless to say, what happened to my tracking? Come on. Face tracking enabled. There we go. Yeah, so far I'm pretty impressed. So, I'll have to experiment with it a little bit more, see what it do. But yeah, it's pretty awesome and super small.
A little later.
So here we have the 63 watts out. It's 10,000 milliamp. It's from Eggtronic. And then we have our dual battery charger. So we're going to pop this battery out and plug in. As you can see, it's at 100%. And we're going to charge it up. So I am going to let this stay here, and we're going to see what kind of percentage loss we get.
Meanwhile. A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, it's been 3 weeks since the purchase of my drone, and honestly, I was not impressed with it, so I returned it. And let's talk about some of the reasons why it was returned. So, one of the main factors of it was I could not keep the device connected to my phone. So, for instance, if I was record a shot and then stop the drone, power it off, do what I needed to do, then fire the drone back up to record another shot, I would have to completely restart my phone every time, or go in and clear the cache on the app and stuff like that. And then just getting it to reconnect, it was just a chore. I did kind of figure it out, the processes, but it was like constantly having to shut the phone off, start it back up. A few times I've tried uninstalling and reinstalling the software, and it seems as if there was just a software issue. And so I will post up kind of what I was having trouble with as far as the software goes.
So as you can see here, turn the drone on, the app, it connects. Now take note of the time. It is currently 4:40. Now it's prompting me for an update. So in order to keep this video a little shorter, I'm going to speed things up. You can take note of the time on this screen recording of the phone. That's not too bad. Looks like we've downloaded in under 2 minutes. And now it is trying to reconnect to the device. The phone is currently placed within 2 feet of the drone. Yes, I would like to connect to the device. So it's connected, now it's going to upload the files to the drone. So let's speed this up again. Alright, looks like we got 100%. The X1 ProMax is now restarting. So I know that this is quite the lengthy process, but this is to give you viewers kind of an idea of what I'm going through with this software. It's definitely better without the update. So take note that it has just been over 5 minutes. Alright, so now that we have this software updated, we're going to click Done on the app. Now I would like to keep the automatic downloads available, so I'm going to leave that on and hit the back arrow. So this is just a quick rundown of some of the new features that it was installed with the new software update. So if you notice here, I have my hover album, I have the hover care, hover settings, locate my hover, and the ability to link the account and record audio. And it does show that I am connected to the hover. So I'm going to click on hover settings and add the settings that I would like to record under. I'm going to speed this up 800% as they're just the camera settings on how I would like to record. You can change these settings for each flight mode within the app. I'm going to change all my settings to record in 8K at 30 frames per second. So now that that's done, I'm going to select Smart Preview. This will allow me to see on my phone whatever the camera is looking at. I'm not sure why it needs to connect again, as it showed we are connected earlier. But let's let it connect and see what it does. Alright, so once you got the preview fired up on your phone, the app will prompt you to kind of walk through all the different features here. It kind of gives you a quick little tutorial on what to expect when flying the drone. So that is a nice feature that they did incorporate to help you get familiarized with the app. So we are connected and ready to fly. And now is where the issues start. So as you can see here, as soon as I touch the drone, start having connection issues. So here it shows it's connected. And so I try again, push the button. Not doing anything. And will it launch?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
No, it will not. So here it shows it's connected once again. But evidently, it is not connected. So I hit reconnect. Alright, well, we'll go back to the beginning of the app, I guess, and try this again. It does show connected, but note the app isn't showing the album. And I know it's not my phone because I've tried it on my tablet and on my phone, and I've came across the same results. Now granted, I have not tried it on an Apple device. Maybe that's the issue. But here we are, Wi-Fi connected again. Yes, I want to enter. So now it's acting like I've never ran the software before. It's like the whole tutorial program going on. So I don't know if it's something to do with Android devices. Maybe if there's a viewer that sees this video that has an Apple device, let me know how it works for you. But as it stands, I don't believe it works too well with Android. So since we've reopened the software, I think I'm going to try to take off using the phone app. Click the button. Will it take off?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
And no, it does not take off. Oh, this is so irritating. Sits there and loads. I just want to fly. Let's try it one more time. Hit the takeoff button. Push the button. Does it? No, nothing. Let's try it on the drone. See if it'll work there. Push and hold. Nothing. What is going on with this drone? Oh, would you look? Now it's got to connect again. How was it not connected? It don't make sense. I mean, you can see the phone's connected because I am looking at what the camera is seeing. It just, I don't understand it. And this is like multiple attempts of trying to get this to connect. So try other things. I mean, it's connected. See what else I can do within the app. Maybe, just maybe, you gotta go through every little thing and check off all little stuff through this app before you can actually fly it. I don't know. I mean, it's saying the device signal strength is strong. It should fly. I don't understand. You push the button and it just starts freaking out. Like, what do I do? This is very irritating drone for sure. So now it's telling me that it requires a connection. I know this. I keep connecting to it, and it keeps not working. So we'll go back to reconnecting again. This is super frustrating. Okay, it says it's connected, so now we're going to try and go into preview mode. So click on there. Now it says it needs to connect again. Alright, we're connected. Nice. What the heck? I don't know. So now it wants to verify if I have internet. I know I have internet. Full 5G. I've been on this phone using Google trying to figure out what's wrong with this thing. This is a very, very irritating software. Okay, so now it's asking me if I want to exit because it'll be available soon. So, naturally, no. So I cancel it. Retry. It says it's connecting. Well, I mean, am I crazy? Why does it keep saying it's connected, but it's not actually connecting? This software is crap. It's complete junk. So here I am in 18 minutes, 15 seconds or so. Still haven't been able to fly this drone. Alright, well, to be completely transparent, I have been able to fly this drone, and it was before the software update. And once I did the update, it seems to really have a lot of problems. I didn't really get to play with it much, but if you look here on the app, I mean, it should be showing that I have an album and stuff like that. And for some reason, that stuff disappears. So I'm not sure why that happens. Eventually, I'll probably get it to connect, and you'll be able to see where it shows the gallery on there, or my album, whatever. But I mean, as it stands, like you gotta constantly like redo this, and I think it might be with the new update that was installed because I've had to uninstall and reinstall. It was a little buggy with the original software that was on it, but not to this level. And you know, either way, I mean, it's not acceptable. It's just, you know, you need a software that's gonna work with your drone, otherwise you're gonna lose it. You know, and it's not like you can fly this thing very far, anyways. I mean, it relies on Wi-Fi, um, but it does go fairly high. And I did experience a time where I was up in the air and my phone just disconnected from it. And I'm like, well, how do I get this thing out of the air? You know, it just sat there and hovered. You know, I'm like, what do I do with this? You know, so I ended up just throwing something at it and knocking it out of the sky. And you know, when you do hit it, it doesn't know what to do. So, or if it even hits something, I mean, it's like, oh, okay, you know, take over controls. But if you're not connected to your phone, you can't. So you just got to knock it out of the sky. That's not acceptable by any means. So reconnecting shows the reconnection was successful. Preview activated. Please take control of the flying camera immediately. Well, I mean, we're just sitting here scrolling. So, oh, reconnect. Yeah, constant. In my opinion, I think the drone actually thinks that it's still flying and it needs me to take control of it once it reconnects. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, this comes up every time I go to reconnect. So, yeah, it is. For the average buyer, I would say, if you have an Android device, stay away from this drone. They might be able to fix the bugs and stuff. I've kind of been in contact with on that, and they're saying it's something to do with my phone. But I've tried it on tablet, and we have a couple Samsung phones, a tablet. I didn't try control it with my watch. That would have been kind of cool if that was something I could have done, but I don't believe that the software is available for a watch, and I'm not sure my watch would process that software very efficiently, anyways. Um, but yeah, this drone is just so buggy, and I had such high hopes for it because honestly, it'd be the perfect drone for us. We ride motorcycles, it fits in the pocket. I could throw this thing out whenever. I didn't have to carry around a controller or anything. I mean, literally just a drone, the batteries, and I could be ready to go. And that's was really appealing for me, and that's why I bought the drone. But I mean, if you can't fly it, I mean, we're well over 20 minutes on this thing, and I still haven't got up, to fly, and that's inside an enclosed environment. I'd hate to be on a motorcycle trying to catch that moment and like holler, "Hey, everybody, wait for me." So yeah, I don't know. I do know that I'm not keeping the drone, and I'll keep up with it as far Google searching it to see if any of the bugs has been fixed. I'm definitely not the only one with the bug. Been on Google and a bunch of things on there that kind of show different things that needs to you know be done in order to fix it. I've tried multiple things, and honestly, like it come down to reinstall the software. I tried that. I mean, we're on the third attempt right now on this reinstalled software, and with an update, I feel like the update's important, and so I did the update again, and just thought, maybe it didn't install the software right, but clearly not. It's still like just the same as it was the first two times that I installed the software and did the update. And so I can say that I've flown the drone. It does fly. The wind does push it around a little bit, and it doesn't fly very long. But don't expect to be able to do any control over the air with your phone or anything like that. And maybe you'll have a better experience if you buy the beacon controller and stuff like that, and you don't plan to use your phone. Me, I wanted to use my phone, and this is what I got.
Well, he finally did it.
Oh, would you look at that? We finally got it to connect. So I'm going to sit here in shock because I honestly can't believe that it finally connected. But yeah, so take a little walk here. I'm going to try and squeeze by it. Well, it looks like it lost me. So I'm going to have to come back and step into frame. Um, the whole goal here is just to see if it will get through this doorway. So yeah, that long just to fly a drone. Crazy.
Yeah, boy.
And just a few minutes later, I'm going to try and actually change the settings on this drone to a different flight mode. And you'll see where I'm starting to have the problems again. Exactly the same. So, that being said, this drone's just not for me. It's just constantly having connection issues. Fly one time, then you have to struggle to connect it back to the device again. And at this point, I'm not even using the phone. I'm just using the drone, but I would like to see the preview on the phone. So, yeah, it clearly doesn't work. You can see it's starting that whole glitchy thing where it's like connecting, disconnecting, and yeah, it's just crap. And so until they get that fixed, I will not be a supporter of the HOVERAIR. So yeah, returned, and probably go back to DJI. they have a little bit better success rate with their software. Thanks for watching. I hope this was informative at the least. If you own this drone and had more success, let me know in the comments.